Hello, beautiful people. I hope you all are doing great, and good to have you here again. Good to have you here again. We're also live on TikTok, so those on TikTok, let me open it up here so I can be seeing everything. So I don't know how many people are watching on TikTok. We have some people. Thanks for joining in. Thank you for joining, because today we're going to talk about something very interesting, and it's something we experience every day. This is something we all the time. We do see this all the time. You know, we dream, we saw this, we saw that, we don't know exactly what it meant. So today we're gonna debunk on all this. So thank you all for joining. I'm super grateful. I'm super grateful for being alive, not by our power, not by our mind, but by His grace, by His favor, by His awesome love, unconditional love. I'm super grateful to God for everything. So without taking much of your time, because like I said, we're gonna debunk everything today. So first and first, I welcome you to this wonderful live broadcast, because I know this is something we have been waiting for. So have you ever woken up from a strange dream and wondered, did that mean something? Like something. You ask yourself this question: what if God is trying to say or speak to you every single day? Because I know God does speak to us every second, every minute of our lives. God speaks to us. Please, as you are joining, remember to like and share. I don't want to interrupt this. Like and share the broadcast so others can be able to join. So, what you might be asking yourself these questions, like, what if God is trying to speak to you, you know, concerning anything in life you go through? Because He promised He will be speaking to us, and He can speak to you through symbols. He can speak to you anyhow He wants to, and He can speak to you one-on-one, on dream, vision, however. So, and all these things we overlooked. Yes, because for instance, you wake up, you were sleeping, and all of a sudden you wake up from this sleep. You don't really know what you saw, what it meant, and you are I don't know what it means. Maybe it's a random dream or a random vision. You know, I have seen a lot of people who have utilized even the visions God has shown them. So it means something. Or you see a car in the dream, you see yourself driving a car, you don't really know what it means. My dear, here we're gonna debunk everything. So stick to, like, get, the favorite things you always get and sit on the couch or whatever you want to. You're gonna binge watch this live section today in order to be able to grab these symbols, this thing, and know what it means for you. Because I know God is speaking to you in any form or in any way. So once again, I welcome you all. And if you're new here, maybe you're seeing me for the first time, I'm Maryann Nnaji. And today, we're going to dive deep into one of my favorite topics, and that's dreams. Yeah, dreams. Most most especially because like I keep saying, most especially this is my favorite. So thank you as you're joining. Please like and share this live broadcast so that others can be able to join us. That's the essence of joining this live section, so that others can be able also to grab this information, that we will not just be, enjoying this alone. Others can be able to learn and grow. So please, it will be lovely, and I will appreciate it so much if you do this, yeah, for me. So thank you for joining. Thank you for liking. Please like and share, like wherever you are watching from, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are watching from. Please like and share this live broadcast so that others can be able to see and join and grab this golden opportunity we have today, because this don't normally come all the time. So what do like daily dream you do see? What does your daily dream symbols mean? Sometimes we see ourselves in water, or we see water, we are drinking, we are walking, anyhow. Sometimes we see ourselves driving car or train or anything. We can see ourselves driving, or other people driving us. Or you see snake, you see different things, you see animals, you see like most different things. What does those dream symbols mean? Because this is so crucial in our daily life. We need to debunk this in order to be able to do what? To understand what's happening here. And what is God revealing to you, or revealing through these spiritual symbols? Because if you do not know what God is trying to tell you, now it's time to do this, now it's time to do that, there is no way you will understand this thing. So what's God trying to, reveal to you? You need to know. It's very crucial for you to know. Yes, it's so crucial. So in this live section, we're going to cover several things here. First of all, you're going to recognize the common. First of all, we're going to start by how God uses symbols, because He can use anything. It's just all He needs is what's available. So He can use anything to speak to you. And we're also going to discover here in this live section, I'm just stating the things we're going to cover here. So we're going to also cover the 7 daily dream symbols. We're going to cover 7 daily dream symbols. The things we see often. I guess that's the things we see often, because this is what I know. And then we're also going to cover the understanding of their spiritual meaning, significance, because this is so crucial. You need to know what they mean. And also, we're going to discern whether your dream is from God, your soul, or a warning. So, in this particular live section, is one you cannot skip. You can't skip this live section. You can't. So what you need to do here is just take a seat, grab somewhere comfy for you, and sit and watch this live section. as we dive into this section. And also, we're gonna allow some, some interpretation. If you have a question, maybe there is something you keep seeing all the time, but you do not know the meaning. In this live section, feel free to let me know down in the comment section or in the chat, wherever you are watching from. Let me know over there what the dream symbol is. You do see, but I didn't cover it in this live session because I'm not going to cover everything. I can't do it because of the timing. So the only few 7 I can do, I will definitely do my best with that. But if what I covered here is not part of what you have been seeing, then you let me know down in the comment section, and I will interpret them for you during the live question and answer. So that's what we are going to cover today. So let's begin with, first of all, how God uses dreams or uses symbols in your dream. Now, God speaks in parables. I always want you to know this. God speaks in parables all the time. All the time. There is a purpose for it. Yes, there is a purpose for it. Even Jesus himself let us know that God, he himself speaks in parables. He told us. Jesus taught with symbols. Wherever he goes, he tried to give you a parable. He tried to give you symbols. Not really because he cannot give you a plain language or a plain, so you understand it easily, but it's a way of, knowing those who, because if you are into the spiritual things, you will definitely understand those parables, because he uses it often with those who understands it. Even if you do not understand it and you ask him a question, he's always there to answer your questions. So, and God still speaks today. That's what I want to let you know. God still speaks today through dreams, visions. He speaks in so many ways. He told us that we'll dream dreams and visions, everything. There is nothing he's not showing us. So, I will give you a few biblical, I will call it foundation, few biblical foundation for you. I hope you are hearing me, please, because I don't really know if anyone is hearing me here. If you are hearing me, please let me know in the chat box or in the comment section that you are hearing me, so I will know someone here is hearing me. Please, if you are hearing me, let me know down there. I'll be grateful. I'll be super grateful. I'll be super grateful to hear from you. And if you're joining, please love this chat, love this live section, because as you do that, it helps this social platform to, spread this news to others. Or do you want to enjoy this alone? No. We are meant to share. We are meant to share. Please, if you are joining, like this live section, like and share this live section so others can be able to join us. Yeah, others can be able to join us. So, first of all, we are going to be starting with, like I said, I'll be giving you some foundations in this live section, because without this foundation, there is no way we can get to, understand what we are talking about. God speaks right from ages. He has been speaking to people through dreams. Even the birth of Jesus. Jesus would have been killed if not because God spoke to the earthly father of Jesus to flee to Egypt, because Herod wants to kill Jesus. So God has been speaking. It's not like is first time. No, it's not. God always speaks to us. So let's read the book of Numbers, and Numbers chapter 12, verse 6. Numbers chapter 12, verse 6 says, in this particular Numbers chapter 12 is about Aaron and Miriam when they were with Moses in the desert. And this Aaron and Miriam were speaking against Moses. You know, when you are doing some things, you are with some people, and some people are gossiping behind you, you know, speaking evil about you. That was exactly what happened there in the desert when they were in the wilderness. So they were speaking bad about Moses, saying, are you the only one God speaks to? Are you the only one God shows? You know, that kind of a thing. And you know, God loves his own. God doesn't tolerate nonsense when you insult his own. That's why whenever he strike, he strike. So in that particular place, they were telling Moses, you are not the only one God is speaking to. You know, but why I'm giving you the background of this, because I'm not going to read the whole of 12. No, I just need to read one particular verse. But I want to get you to understand based on what happened there. So God spoke to these two people, telling them, I speak to people. I speak to anyone. I can show anyone whatsoever. He also told them there that he speaks to people in dreams. And the most important thing there also is that he told them that, listen, Moses, I don't speak to Moses in dream. I don't communicate with Moses. I speak with Moses mouth to mouth. Mouth to mouth. So, God can speak to you mouth to mouth. He can show you through dreams. He can show you through vision. He can show you through anything. So that's why I'm trying to, you know, give you the full thing over there. But the main place that I wanted you to take a look is the verse 6. And where it says, and he said, hear my words. God is telling Miriam and Aaron, hear my words. If there is a prophet among you, I, the Lord, myself, make myself known to him in a vision. I speak with him in a dream. So God speaks to people in vision and also in dreams. He also speaks to people mouth to mouth. That was, if you read down, the next verse says, the verse 7 says, not so with my servant Moses. He is entrusted with all my house. Then the verse 8 now says, with him I speak mouth to mouth, clearly and not in dark speech. So, you know, there are levels you go with God in life. He speaks to you in a more clear, understanding way. So that's the main thing here. So this is the number one foundation. You're gonna know God speak to people in dreams and in visions, and also speak to people mouth to mouth. Now the second quotation to back for you to be able to get is Matthew. Get foundation of this, like to be founded in what we are talking about, discussing today, is you take a look at the book of Matthew chapter 13 verse 10. Matthew 13 10 to 13. Yeah. That's the purpose of the parables. Like I told you in the beginning, that God speaks in parables. So, because God speaks in parables, we gotta try our best to know those parables. Because this is what it is. We need to try our best to know those parables. So, the verse 10 to 13, so we are going to be reading 3 verses. First of all, the verse 10 says, "Then the disciples came and said to him, 'Why do you speak to them in parables?'" Now, you see it, the disciples of Jesus came and they asking Jesus why he keeps speaking to them in parables. And he answered them, "To you it has been given to know the secrets of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it has not been given." And verse 12 says, "For to him who has will more be given, and he will have abundance. But from him who has not, even what he has will be taken away." Now the verse 13 says, "This is why I speak to you. This is why I speak to them in parables. Because seeing they do not see, and hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand." So what it means is that he shows us these things we do not care to know. We do, even when we see things, we still do not do what? Try to know more about that thing. So that's the thing here. Jesus has already explained why he speaks in parables. Because they see, but they do not understand. They do not, they look, they do not see. They hear, but they do not, pick anything. And the same way they do not understand. So he speaks. So if God shows you something in the spiritual world while you are asleep, he wants you to know the meaning. That's why he's showing it to you. That's why he's showing it to you. So that's the essence of the parables. And those who understand the parables, he said here, it has been given to you, those who knows and understand it. It has been given. There are those who has not been given. So those ones will have to be in parables. That being said, let's move on to the next one, and that is next foundation, and that is Genesis chapter 40 and 41. To be honestly, this particular one is 2 chapters, so I'm not gonna read the whole 2 chapters here, chapter 40 and chapter 41 of Genesis. So to make this life a shorter one, I'm not gonna read any of those chapters. All right. The next thing is, in this particular chapter, let me just give you a kind of a brief explanation, is where Joseph interprets symbolic dreams of Pharaoh's courts. That time Pharaoh had a dream and did not understand it. Joseph was the one who did what? Who explained this dream meaning. The same thing happens in that particular chapter 40, where two people had a dream, and they called Joseph because Joseph was in prison. Joseph was the one who interpreted the two dreams. Are kind of similar, but their meanings are different. So why it's similar is that they saw the same thing, but the method how they saw it is the difference between the both dreams. So Joseph interpreted those two dreams while he was in prison. So that was what happened in chapter 40 of Genesis and chapter 41 of Genesis. So you can take time to read this on your own free time. That's it. So the next thing we are going into is to explain to you. Why am I explaining to you why symbols matter? I want you to know that symbols really, really matter in life. Even as you walk, there are things that may be happening, things going on. You know, there are some funny, I call it funny because we do not read meaning into those things. We do not read meaning into them. So first of all, symbols matter so much, and I will give you 3 explanations why symbol is so crucial. We need to, understand it. First is that symbols bypasses your conscious mind and speaks to your spirit. You know that moment you are there, but you are not in the spirit. What symbols does is to speak to your spirit. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you. I really do appreciate. Thank you as you join in, like and share. So that is number 1. Symbols bypasses your soul, your conscious mind. Conscious mind is those things you are thinking about. But rather, symbols speak not to your conscious mind, but to your spirit, your inner soul. That's what symbols does. There are days I will be going and I'll be seeing like, this is what I noticed. I started noticing white cars. So I'm like, why am I noticing too many white cars today? This was the question I asked myself. In reality, I know that these little things, we do not read meaning into it, but it really means a lot. So I started asking questions. Why am I seeing white cars? And there are other things happening behind the scene, like in my own life, that is accompanying those symbols I was seeing. So that's the reason why you have to know symbols matter. There are times you will come, you'll be seeing only cats. And you are like, is today a cat day? That you see only cats. You don't see any other dog. You notice cats only. That is exactly how it is. You might just be doing things and all of a sudden you started noticing some kind of numbers. You do one thing, the next thing you see a number, exact number. You do another thing in another different time. You see the same kind of number and you're like, what's going on? What's going on? So God speaks to you through symbols. And why it matters is this. It bypasses your conscious mind. And your conscious mind is that thing you always think about. So the symbol speaks to your spirit, direct to your spirit. So that's the first reason why symbols matter. And the second reasons why symbol matter is that dreams are coded messages. When God wants to talk to you, He brings symbols, messages in dreams. Just make things. And sometimes you see people you've never seen before. You see some family members that are already dead. You see yourself sometimes, you see different things. So there was that was exactly 2015 when I was there and I was shown something. And what was that? This was, I was shown where I saw my mother in law, very young and beautiful. So, very young and beautiful. And I'm like, so the way we just had, she was just, bringing us together. There was things she was doing. And when I woke up, I'm like, how can my own mother-in-law, who is old, very old, not too old, but at least she's old, looking very young. What's the meaning? And looking beautiful. There was a place she took us to. She took me and my husband to and showed us something. So I'm like, I started thinking. I took that dream one by one, and guess what? It was her death that I saw so. But you know the thing, a lot of people do not really read meaning into this thing. Like I said to you, there's so many times we ignore this thing, we think it's random. And when someone tells you something that is negative, you may want to rebuke the person because you don't really want to die, for instance. So I continued praying about her. But sometimes when already we think, this is what I saw. So I grabbed so many messages there. There were so many messages in that dream. And I picked them one by one. And God is faithful. He can never. That's why he said, I speak to my people through visions, through dreams. I speak also mouth to mouth, but mostly through dreams and vision. I have shared with you people here last 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, how my husband saw the death of his mother, the same woman I was talking about. This was before I saw that one. So when he saw that, that was in vision. He was just walking, he was just in a bus or so. Yeah, he was in a car when that happened. He saw the vision. He didn't say anything, he didn't do anything until where he went to where he went to. And then he got a call that the mom already is what? Slumped. The mom slumped. So they are about to, just the mom slumped. And he told them to rush her to the hospital. But while he told them that, he started declaring words upon the mom. And the mom revived, came back to life. Before the doctor touched her, the doctor has not touched her, they just brought her to the hospital and then she woke up by herself. So why I'm saying this is, please, can someone really hear me from this? Because I don't know if I'm speaking low or loud. Can someone hear me, please? Let me know in the chat or in the comments so I will know. And as you are joining, please like and share this live broadcast. This is the only way to support your girl. This is the only way to show me love. Because if you are here and you did not share, you did not like, what sense does it make? We cannot be stingy with our likes. Give it out. When you give, you receive. The more you give, the more you receive. Please. Oh, yes, perfect. All right. Thank you very much for that feedback. I really do appreciate that. So, that was it. So, after he saw that one, that was some years ago, before we met. That was when he saw that. Then, after I got my children, 2 children, I gave birth to them. Then I saw that one I saw. So my point is, God speaks in dreams. And trust me, the second reason why symbols matter so much in our daily lives is that dreams are coded messages from the Holy Spirit. Not a random noise. Sometimes we think, just forget about that, that's just random thing. So dreams are coded messages. You need to know that. So if you see something and you don't know the meaning, write it down somewhere. Write what you saw, write the day you saw it. Start observing what's happening and think about what's going on in your life that moment. Like the things you experience physically. Because these things are clue. They are clue. So that is it. Now the third reason, I told you I will give you 3 reasons why symbols matter in life. The third reason is that, first of all, just like scriptures, like the Bible, symbols must be spiritually discerned, not guessed. You cannot guess it. You know, sometimes people think, there are times people, you talk about one particular symbol in a dream and they say, I think it means that, I think it means this. No, you don't have to think. You have to go spiritually by reading that scripture and seeing where he spoke about that. That's the only way. Yes, that's the way. So, in order for me to help you in this live section, to achieve, I want to take you from what happened in my dream. You know that question we do ask, what happened in my dream? Why do I see those things? I want to take you from what happened to what is God saying through these symbols, through this thing I saw. What is God saying to me? What is God trying to communicate to me? That's exactly what I want you to be doing right now. From today onwards, I don't want you to be asking, what's happened in my dream? Was that God? No, you don't need to be asking. This time, I need you to be asking, what's God saying to me through this dream, through this symbol? So, with that being said, let's move into the next thing in this particular. Now, I have explained to you 2 things. First of all, how God uses dreams, and the second one, why symbols matter. And we also covered the biblical foundation, for this. Now we are going into the main thing of this live section, and that is the 7 daily symbols and their spiritual meaning. When I say spiritual meaning, I mean spiritual meaning. What is spiritually mean? Not what we guess, because everything is in the Bible. Everything we want in life is in the Bible. So the first one I'm going to be sharing with you today. We see this 7 is what we experience every day. I don't know if you experience this, but whichever one you experience the most, I will want you to let me know down in the comments or chat section. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing, NG. I really do appreciate your comment. Yeah, okay, I'm not too loud. Thank you very much for that feedback. I really do appreciate. Thank you for joining. So, that is it. The first one we are going to cover is water. I don't know how many of you have been seeing water. If you have been seeing water in your dream, any kind of water, please let me know in the chat box, in the comment section, wherever you are watching from. Let me know, because it will be lovely to know how many people are seeing this thing, so that next time I will know what to cover and what not to cover. This was what I think you see often. So I don't know if you see water, any kind of water, just let me know. Yes, I see water in the chat section, so I will know. Now, water is one of the common things I think we do dream about, but so many times we do not know the meaning. Yeah, calm water, good. Calm water, yeah, that's interesting. Someone is telling me in the chat section that they see calm water. That's so interesting to hear. Because water, like I said to you people when Joseph explained interpreted the dream of those two people while he was in prison. One was a good one was a bad one. So, but I want to use this to let you know something, that every symbol has a positive and a negative aspect. So, but how do you gonna know which one is a positive and which one is a negative? How are you going to know? You are going to know based on the things in fact, you have to download my dream, my guide, because this is so crucial. You need this guide in order to be able to interpret your own dream yourself. I have dream interpretation guide with biblical references I've made specially for you. I will leave the link in the description anywhere. I will do my best to make sure I leave the link somewhere in the description. Even if you are not getting it now, you will get it after this live section, because you will need this to be able to interpret your own dreams. Without you searching, oh, who do I ask? Oh, during my own time I do ask, who do I ask? Who do I ask? So you need this dream interpretation guide. It comes also with a checklist and also with the prayer and reflection prompts. Yes, I made these things specially for you. I designed this guide in order to help you grow spiritually, because there is no need giving you all these details without you seeing something you can be looking at. Even when you are not online, you can use it offline. You can download it on your phone, use it anytime, any day. Just wake up and just go through some things. If you feel like you forgot something, just take a look at it and you are there. So this guide will be of help to you. Now, this particular water, what is it means? Now, water means good thing, and also it means bad thing. There is nothing on earth that doesn't have good and bad. But how you saw what you saw is what determines whether it's a good one or a bad one. Like I was telling you about Joseph in the Bible. When the two were carrying fruits, they were having fruits on their head. But the mold and manner, they saw the thing. The other one, bird, was eating from the fruit in his head. And he told the person, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. So when he now said that, but they look alike. So that's why I said dreams have its meaning. So now water. Water means Holy Spirit. Water also means cleansing. And it also means emotional states. So if you see a calm water, a still water, it means peace. If you see a rough water, like those water that maybe dirty water also, I don't think dirty water also is not a good one. So if you see a rough water, it means your inner turmoil, like there's something going on inside of you that you need to put in place. So like I said, everything boils down to how you see what you see. If the water, because there are things we see in the, sometimes in the physical realm, you may not see water and fear water. Yes. But in the spiritual realm, you might see water and you start fearing. You start being afraid. Oh, I will die. That. Now, when you see such a thing, it means a bad one. Because if something is a good one, you're not supposed to be afraid of it. So that's it. But my question to you is, have you ever dreamt of water? Was it what was the water doing? Because sometimes we dream about where we swim, we drink, different aspects and different ways. So let me know what you think. What's the water like? Who communicated in the chat section says calm water, so they do see calm water, and what it means is peace. So now, apart from it means peace, you also you need to consider what were you doing in that still water. Were you in the still water, or what was going on? Just, you need to know everything that happened in that dream, because that's it. Not just the water is the symbol, but there are other things that are symbol as well that are accompanying the water. So messages comes like I told you, it's a decoded message. It can come symbol here, symbol there, symbol. But if you just pick one, you may not get the full picture of what God is trying to tell you. So in order for you to be able to utilize the information God is giving you while you sleep, also remember to put down what you saw, how you saw them, how were you feeling. Like, were you feeling peace? Were you afraid? Were you fighting for something? Because there are times we fight. There are times we are still. There are times we are afraid. We run away even. So all these things matters. So that is the water of a thing. So I would want to let you know also the next one we are going to be talking about. I don't know how many of you have been seeing this or have seen this, and that is snake. How many of you have been seeing snakes in your dreams? A lot of time in past, how many years now? How many years? It's been a long, long time, if not more than a decade. Whenever I saw snake, and somebody, I will ask someone, and they'll tell me is evil, that I should pray against it. So, but to be honest, I really did not, sometimes, because I saw it well in the past, many years ago, while I was still young, but I can't really tell exactly how the dream was. But the thing there is, people always categorize on one aspect. That's why I said everything has good and bad side. To you, let me know in the comment section. What do you think about snake? Do you think seeing snake is a good one? Let me know in the comment section or in the chat section. Please, as you are joining, like and share. Thank you for joining. I really do appreciate. Thank you for joining this live section. Please, as you are joining, please like and share this live broadcast. That's the only way to support this ministry of mine. This is God's ministry anyway. So that is it. How many of you have seen snake in your dreams? Oh, it means bad thing. All right. Okay, not you. All right. I'm getting in the chat. Some are telling me it means bad things. The truth is, everything, like I said, everything has good and bad side of it. Depends on the context of your dream. You know that moment when you see something That's why I said you have to take note of everything. Both what you were doing, how you were doing what you were doing, those that appeared, whether human, whether animals, anything at all that God shows you, you have to do what? Note them down. Because it will help you to process that as well and know what it really means. Yes, okay. So the thing there is, snake means deception. You know, when people want to deceive you, to make you look like this is not what you are doing. Yeah. Snake also means hidden danger. And also sometimes snake means healing. Yes. Why do I say healing? Healing in the sense that because the Bible, we go by the Bible. If you can read the book of Numbers, the book of Numbers told us how Moses, God uses snake as a symbol for the children of Israelites while they were in the desert. So we are going to be reading 21, Numbers 21, but I'm not going to be reading the whole chapter. I just want to give you a kind of brief explanation about that particular chapter. This is a place where they were there. You know, when they sin against God, they call God names, they do whatsoever they want to do, and say God is that, Moses is that, and so on and so forth. So God sends snakes to bite them. So as God sent the snakes to bite them, the next thing was they started pleading to Moses. Oh, Moses, please help us. We have offended God, and you please help us beg God. We are dying of snake bites. So God now said to Moses, cried to God. And in reality, God was angry with Moses because Moses was a just kind man. Anything the people tell him, he would just call God and start asking God on their behalf. Even though they insulted him, you know. So God as a kind God. So he said to Moses, all right, if they have really repented, take a bronze serpent and hung it on a tree or whatsoever, which he did. So he hung it there. Whoever that the snake bites, once they look at the snake, the hanged snake, they will be healed. And that's why the pharmacist used snake with that hanging stick, use snake as a symbol because it's a sign of healing. That was in the past. How many, oh God knows how many years. So that's why depends on the context of your dream. Because I keep saying everything matters on the context of your dream. How did you see it? Where was the snake? Were you afraid when you saw the snake? Because these things matter. If you take a look at the book of Genesis, let's take a look at the book of Genesis chapter 3. I may not read the whole chapter. No, I will not read the whole chapter, but I will give you the falling of man. That's where the snake deceived Eve. So you see, now that particular aspect is deception. And the other side of it is Luke chapter 10 verse 19, I mean. Let's open up the book of Luke chapter 10 verse 19. So the book of Luke chapter 10 verse 19 was the return of the 70s. So let's read from 17. The 70 returned with joy, saying, Lord, even the demons are subject to us in your name. Then 18 says, and he said to them, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Then 19 says, behold, I have given you authority to tread upon serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall hurt you. So, what's saying here is, snake can mostly is deception, danger. It's not really a good thing, but depends on the context, like I said. So it might be sign of healing based on the Israelites' experiences, and that was why the bronze serpent was hanged there. So that's the main thing I'm trying to say here. And the next thing is, apart from snake, let me know in the comments or in the chat. Everything, like I said, everything depends on the context, how you saw what you saw. It's not, I have seen snake, but it's been a long time. But in a dangerous aspect, in a dangerous way. So the one I saw wasn't positive. I've never seen snake in a positive way. I've never seen snake in a positive way. This is me. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. So let me know in the comments or in the chat section how you have seen yours, whether you have seen it in a good light or in a bad one. Because for me, I've never seen snake I've always seen snake in deceptive ways, dangerous ways. So that is the thing. So with that being said, let's move on to the next dream symbols we experience daily. Like I told you, we experience these things daily, like every day of our lives. We see these things in our dreams, but we don't know what it means. And the next one is babies. Now, I don't know how many of you have been seeing babies in your dreams. How many have been seeing babies in your dreams? Let me know in the chat section. Let me know in the comments or in the chat section. How many of you have been seeing babies in your dream? Now, babies means new beginnings, ministry births, spiritual maturity. Yes, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So, dreaming of a baby you didn't know could mean God is betting something new in you. You know that time a pregnant woman gets pregnant and they are guessing, what will I give birth to, before even they know the gender. They are guessing, what will I give birth to. That's what it is. God uses this to show you, open the way for you. So it's a new beginnings. All right. Wow. Interesting. Anyway, I don't know you. I've not seen any, but I'm here hearing cam babies. So maybe there may be people who are seeing babies who are rough. Maybe, I don't know, because like I said, if you share your knowledge, it will help us here. It will help me to know what you are going through. And I've seen babies once or twice, not really often. No, I don't see that often. do see. Ah, new beginnings. Yeah, it means new beginnings. New, maybe ministry birth. Now, ministry birth may not necessarily be that you are going to open a church. Ministry birth may be a new gift that He has put in you. He wants you to start using. So is a ministry, because if He puts, for instance, the gift of teaching in your life, one is that once He puts that gift of teaching in your life, the next thing is you start seeing yourself. Please, I don't know what TikTok is doing here. Let's see. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, they'll just bring something and ask you to just do it. So the thing here is, it may not necessarily be you opening a church or no. It's just a new gift God puts in you. And what He does, for instance, like I was saying about the teaching, if He puts the ministry of teaching in you, He will put you other things that accompany it. Like, for instance, you will have this boldness to speak to people. You will no longer be afraid. So you will find out that some things are just changing. I'm no longer the way I used to be. That's God at work in you. So that's how He does what? He helps us. That's how He shows us this little symbol, so we can bear it and know that this is what it is. So yes, babies means new beginnings. Yes, if you often see, someone told me some months ago that whenever they pray about me, they keep saying, I'm carrying a baby, I'm carrying a baby. So I'm like, I said, I don't know, maybe it's because I have another baby. So we laughed over it, but the person was really serious, because the person was saying that. So I said, I don't know. All I know is that I had another baby, and that was my last one. So I'm not having any other baby. If you see me having baby, then there's something else. It's not based on physical baby. So it's based on new beginnings and ministry birth, spiritual maturity. Because when you grow spiritually, all these things, sometimes you may not see them, others will be seeing it in your life. When someone prays about you or just want to tell you that this person is doing okay, they'll just show you some things, Sometimes God shows us about our loved ones who are not really walking in alignment with Him. But why is God showing you? God is showing you so you can be able to help that person align into what He wants you. That's the essence of why God is showing other people about us. So it's not like He shows everyone because they want to know. No, He shows people who can help you grow in that area. Even if it is a prayer they pray for you, is something is so helpful. So with that being said about babies, let's move on to the next dream we often see. I don't know who else is seeing these things, so please let me know in the comments or in the chat section, because I'm excited to share this with you. The next one is vehicles like cars, buses, trains, whatsoever, even flights. Or you even see yourself flying. These are transportation systems. I know. How many of you, let me know in the chat section, who have been seeing cars, buses, train, or whatsoever, or you see yourself fly? Let me know down in the comment section. Let's debunk this, because to be honestly speaking, this is interesting. A lot of times We do not, because we do not know what these things mean. We don't pray about them. And when you don't pray about it, anything is possible. Anything can happen. Anything can happen to abort that. Yes. Anything can happen to abort that blessing of yours. So, yeah, I always dream about. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. All right. So the thing here is, I'm just reading through the comments, through the chat. So the thing here is this: vehicles depends on the context. Like I keep saying, you must consider your revelations, your dreams in the context. So how do you see, first of all, cars, trains or buses, they mean life direction. Now, they also mean ministry or spiritual journey. Now, these things we are talking about, what we see daily, this also, like I said, when you see these things, also consider your life circumstances, your waking life circumstances. Why I always tell you to consider that? Because that is what also makes us keep an important message from God. There are times in life when we'll be seeing some things, but in our waking lives, we'll be seeing some things that seem peaceful. But in our waking life, we'll be seeing our life is kind of confusion, and we are not, because we are not considering the physical aspects, what we are experiencing in our waking life, we miss that of the spiritual as well. Like I said, context matter. So first of all is that anything vehicle is transportation system. Is, for instance, if you see yourself, you want to go and enter a bus, and the bus left you, didn't enter, is a sad one. It's not a good one. It's not a good one. But sometimes, because we do not really pay attention to those contexts, why did the bus leave? We could not enter. And when you enter the bus, then it's a good one, because you are moving to the next level in life. Vehicles are transportation systems that take you from point A to point B. So if you cannot transport yourself from this point to the next point, it means you are stagnant. You are stagnant in life. There is something you are stagnant in. So that's why this is so crucial. We pay attention to. I always make sure that I give you what you need to know. This is crucial. When you do this, you see everything. When you pay attention also in the physical aspect, you will be able to grab the information being given to you. Because as he's showing you in the physical aspect, in the spiritual aspect, he's also letting you know and showing you the physical aspect. But because we don't pay attention to these things, so we don't really care. And we skip understanding what that thing means. Aha! What if you see it vandalized? Perfect. You asked an important question. Now the truth is, even me, I've experienced what you just shared here. To be honest, honestly speaking to you, this is not a good one. When you see your car vandalized, is a bad one. So what you're gonna pray about is very simple. Pray that the universe, God, the creator of the source of life, the creator of all things, should help you put things in place. You know why the car, when they vandalize the car, it means you cannot really, life will be hard. Like you will struggle from moving from one point to the next. Yes, that is exactly what it means. So I've seen different types of things. I've seen cars, I've seen trains, I've seen buses, I've seen even this vandalized. I saw vandalization once, and I'm like, I prayed. I said, God, whoever, I've even, have you noticed also stolen? Your car will be stolen. This is it. It's a bad one. But when you see yourself, I've seen people sometimes drive me in a car. I see some of my friends. There is one of my friends I have seen that she's the one driving the car, and I'm asking, I'm in the back, the car was mine. Another thing you need to consider in this context is the car yours? Now, the car was mine, and my friend was driving this car, and I'm in the back, sitting in the back. So I started praying. I asked God, why am I saying this? This is my car. Someone, it's not like, it seems like I enjoyed why she drive, but I'm asking, I want to know the meaning why she's the one driving. Like I said, everything has meaning to it. So it depends on how you see it and what you see. So when I was praying, what the message I got was, she's taking me somewhere, and she's in control. So I'm like, what do you mean she's in control? You see, so when I prayed, I now understood what that means. So I now asked, first of all, you're going to know who the person is. There are people, like, for instance, if you see a vandalized car, it depends. You may see people vandalizing it in your presence. Who are those people? It matters. Were you there when they were vandalizing it? What were they saying? These things matters. If you were not there, and when they were vandalizing, listen to, because there are times we will be dreaming and you will be hearing voices. Like, I don't mean voices, I mean you will be hearing a voice telling you what's happening. That is it. So that voice telling you what's happening is God just, using the voice. He may not show himself, but he will use voice to tell you more about that. Okay, they will not tell you this is why they did that. This is why they vandalized the car. From there, you pick. Once you are putting this thing down, it will help you to know when God. And do you know one thing that is so sweet here? When you are taking notes, putting these things down, noting them, God will speak more and more and more to you. And not just in one way. This time God will be versatile. He will try. He's training you to know the one speaking to you. So when you understand he's speaking to you from this angle, and you have understand him from this angle, he will shift you to another level of understanding. And when he shifts you to another level of understanding, he will start training you from that level as well. This is the way you grow spiritually. This is how God trains people. So now, the car of a thing is ministry or spiritual journey, life directions as well. So it depends on the context of how you see the things you see. of everything, what's happened, were you there? Were you happy? Were you sad? What those people, whoever, or even a stolen car, or you came where you just, some things just happening, funny things. Take notes. It's just the way God is speaking to you. So I've experienced most of these things in the past, and God has used it to train me that I don't, when I am today, I will never, like, if you tell me this is God or this is not God, I know exactly what it is. So you have to, first of all, like I told you, I've once had a dream where I drive. I'm not the one driving. I've had dreams where I drive, but this friend of mine, this friend of mine was the one driving. It matters. You have to ask God, why is he or she driving the car? Is the car his or yours? Because this is another thing. There are times in life, what God told me when I saw that my friend that was driving, is that there are times you may have some things with you. You may have some things, but you may not know exactly where to go with it or what to do with it. This is what it is. So, if you do not know what to do with it, somebody will come and show you how to do it. And that is where you cannot see the person driving, taking you to a place, because you may really have it, but you may not know how to go about what you have. Every gift He has given us, there is a purpose why He gave it to us. So we have to take notes and know that this is this and that is that. So learn to do things and put things in place. Yes, you heard me correct. So that is it. So you have to take notes about who is driving the car. Was it moving or static? Because if you have a car that doesn't move, it's static, it's stagnant as well. You are stagnated. And did you miss it? Like I always tell you, like I told you initially about maybe you want to go into a car and the car drove off, or bus, they drove off and you didn't enter. It's not a good one as well. It means you have missed that particular opportunity. There may be opportunity in life that you have missed. So we have to pay attention to the context of the dream. Like, that's why I always tell people, at least get at least few contexts. What happened, how it happened, so you can be able to understand it. If you just say you saw a car and you cannot explain how you saw it, you can't read meaning into it. You can't understand it at all. You can't. So, that is it. The next thing I want to share with you here is this. I want to share with you a verse in the book of Psalms, chapter 32. The book of Psalms, chapter 32 says, verse 8. I'm reading verse 8. 32 verse 8. Psalm 32 verse 8. Which says, I will instruct you and teach you the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. So, you see, He will direct you. He will teach you the way you should go. Always trust in God. And if you see all these things, always pray about them. Don't, even the good ones, even the bad ones, always pray about them. Because it's crucial. When you pray about them and hand them over to God, God will take charge and cause it to go in the direction of His will. Why He showed it to you, because you've handed it over to Him. So, and you also, another thing you need to know is you ask for direction. ask questions. If there are things you do not understand in that aspect, ask questions as well, because questions are what shows God that you are interested to know more about this. Please, can you show me? I don't understand. Why am I seeing this? Why am I seeing that? Why that person? Why me? Why, ask every question you can ask. He's eager and ever willing to answer your questions. So, with that being said, that takes me to the next one we are going to be explaining to you in this particular live section. And that is clothing. How many of you have seen clothes in dream? It depends on how you see it, but how many of you have seen coat in dream? Let me know in the chat section, because this is what helps me to understand that you are with me here. How many of you have seen maybe clothes, shoes, anything clothing at all? Because these are, for me, these are everyday dream symbols. Yes, they are everyday dream symbols. So the thing here is, clothing means okay, somebody is telling me in the chat that they are wearing good clothes when they see themselves in the dream. There are times you see yourself, you wear tattered clothes. There are times you see yourself, you wear beautiful clothes. There are times you see yourself like you are not even with shoe, ordinary slippers. I don't know who is experiencing all this. Please let me know in the chat section, because this is so interesting. Honestly, there are times you see yourself going bare leg, like with nothing. There are times you see yourself with shoes, and you are like, okay. And also, there are times like I said, there are times you see yourself stark naked, with no clothes on in the dream. So let me know whichever one you have seen, because this is so for me is interesting. I'm enjoying this more than ever. Like, that's why sometimes I feel like if I'm sharing this thing, I need to share it in the light that you get to understand it the way it is. Now, clothing. Alright, someone else is telling me. You see yourself wear gold. Really? Okay. Gold is okay. Yeah, those are jewelries. Okay. Because they're also a good sign. Now, clothing means identity. Yeah, identity. When it also means righteousness, and it also means spiritual condition. Now, when you see yourself wear a tattered clothes, it is not a good sign. Yes, because it shows spiritually you are torn. You are torn, like you are not how you're supposed to be. And if you see yourself wearing a very beautiful clothes, it means a lot. First of all, like those ones I told you, when you wear maybe ripped cloths, torn cloths, or dirty cloths, yeah, or rags, it means shame. It's not a good one. It means shame, disgrace, and that is why, like I said, everything depends on the context, how you saw it, what happened, because there must be other thing that accompanying that symbol, the clothing. You will not just see yourself just like that without anything happening. There must be something happening alongside it. So that one is one. Then the when you wear a white clothes, oh labaka tarabashi, it means new season, and it also means purity. It means purity. If you see yourself wearing a very white clothes, that was why even in the Bible they saw Jesus who on a white robe. Yeah. So these things has its meanings. That is why you have to consider how you are seeing yourself. If what you saw, if you see, whichever one you see, just pray about them. Ask God for more insight. Ask God for more direction, and He will direct you in the right path. Let's read the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 61 verse 10. Let's read the book of Isaiah 61 verse 10, which says, I will greatly rejoice in the Lord. My soul shall exult in my God, for He has clothed me with the garments of righteousness, with the garments of salvation, not righteousness, with the garments of salvation. He has covered me with the robe of righteousness. As a bridegroom decks himself with a garland, and as a bride adorns herself with her jewels. So, clothing, when you see yourself in a beautiful clothes, these are new seasons. When you see yourself with a white clothes, these are purity, righteousness. Everything depends on the context of what you see. And if you see yourself in a tattered, dirty, torn, ripped cloth, however, it means shame and disgrace. Shame or disgrace, whichever. So, with that being said, let's also read the book of Zechariah. Let's read the book of Zechariah, chapter 3 verse 4. Chapter 3 verse 4 says, and the angel said to those who were standing before him, remove the filthy garments from him. And to him he said, behold, I have taken your iniquity away from you, and I will clothe you with rich apparel. So it means when you see yourself wearing tattered, so you are deep in sin, you are deep in shame, you are living in sin, you are not really in alignment with the will of God. So that is what it is. Even sometimes you see yourself in a gutter. I've seen that several times in the life of somebody. There is somebody I do see, and I keep telling the person about it, but they ignore, they don't really pay attention to those things. People don't really see anything to these dreams. They see it like, you and your dream, just go please. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next thing. I promised 7, and we have gone through 5. Wow, this is loving. I'm so enjoying this live section. I'm so enjoying this topic. In fact, it seems like we'll do it again. To be honest, I'm enjoying it, honestly speaking. So, The next one we are going into is the house. Please, before I continue with the house, I would like you, if you have not liked this live section, please, what else do you want me to beg you? Do you want me to cry? Let me cry so you will like and share this broadcast before I end this live stream so others can be able to see it. Please, I beg you in the name of God, in the name of the source of life, the creator of the universe, I beg you with everything you've ever loved, please share this live section with someone and let's continue. Like also, and let's continue with the contents of today. And the next I'm going to be sharing with you is house. Houses. How many of you have seen houses in your dreams? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. And also, it matters to know how is it a full completed house or uncompleted house, because this matters as well. Like I said, things have their good and bad side of it. So houses means your life. So if you see a completed furnished house, then like I said, it means your life. It also means your mind, and it also means your mind or spiritual foundation. So, you know, like I always say, what you have founded yourself in. If your spiritual life is full of, if you are walking in alignment with God, let me put it this way, because this is the best way I know I can put it. If you are walking in alignment with God, you will know. And this is what it is. First and first, when you see a house, it means your life. So, but if you see a house that is uncompleted, it means you are on the process. There is something about your life you need to complete. You need to work on yourself more to get and complete that house and furnish it. So that is one aspect of it. Another thing is, now, when you see a house, it depends on how and where you see the house. Like, for instance, if you see a house and it's a one room, maybe a house you entered into just a one room, you could not access other rooms. It's also another different thing altogether. What it means is the room you are able to, maybe you see yourself just in the living room, but you cannot go into the other rooms, like all the bedrooms and so on. It means you only have access to just that living room. You have no access to other rooms. So this really means a lot. That's why I keep saying, whatsoever you see, put them down, note them, note everything. Don't leave one pin off. Note down everything you see. But how do you do this? You do this only, you know, as you wake up. Excuse me. As you wake up, immediately you are waking up, put them down in writing. It's either you write with your hands, pen and paper, or you write on an online or offline journal. You're going to have somewhere you put in the things you see daily. So now, when you see different rooms, these are different areas of life. Like I told you, if you come into a house and you are only accessing just the living room, it means you have access just only in the living room. So, and apart from that, if you see yourself in the kitchen, like before I got married, I saw myself in the kitchen. That was when I prayed, when I met my husband, and we prayed about it. He prayed also, and I prayed. So the Lord revealed to me where I was in a kitchen cooking, but I was wearing a white wedding gown. And as I was cooking there, someone came behind me and hugged me from the back. So when I turned, it was my husband. So during that period, I do not really have anyone to tell me this is how it is, or I don't even know those meanings. So I started asking myself, what does this mean? To be honest, I forgot I prayed about him, about us, about our wedding. But the thing there is, I don't really pay attention. When I pray about something, I don't go start thinking about it, because when you start thinking about it, you will confuse yourself from not knowing when your conscious is taking over of the spiritual, of your spirit life. So that's why I don't normally think about when I pray for something, I put something in my prayer and I forget it. I don't really go start thinking about them, no, because I'm trying to influence what I'm going to see, and I don't want to do that. So, but this is what I've been doing right from, anyway, childhood, but I don't know why I was doing them. I never knew it was the direction God was putting me into. So when I saw this, I never knew the meaning until he called me on phone. So when he called me, he said, God has answered our prayer. So I'm like, prayer? He said, yes, about us. I said, okay. So I started, then the Spirit of God reminded me of what I saw. I said, oh, was that the reason why I saw that? Oh, was that the meaning? I never knew. This was 16 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So this was exactly what transpired. Why I said this is, it means wherever you see yourself, anyway, depends. Sometimes you see yourself in the kitchen, it means preparation. There is something God is preparing you about. And if you see yourself maybe in the bedroom, it means intimacy. So you are intimately with yourself or with Him. So it matters a lot. And this is it. So let me share with you a Bible verse. And that is the book of Matthew 7. Who enjoys this Matthew 7? 7:7. But I'm not reading 7:7 anyway. Because that Matthew 7:7 is so special. Right from childhood. I don't forget that one. So where I am reading is Matthew 7 verse 24. So I'm going to be reading from 24 to 27. That's where we are focusing on in this live section. But it ended in 29. It depends on how, but let me read with you. Now, in this particular aspect, it's talking about the hearers and the doers. So, verse 24 says, everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house upon the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house. But it didn't because it had been founded on the rock. Verse 26 now says, is it okay? Yeah, verse 26 now says, and everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who builds his house upon the sand. And the verse 27 says, and the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. So what he's saying is, you're gonna be founded. So when you see a house, what it means is you. And like I said, it depends on what you see and how you see them. If you see uncompleted house, or you see a house you could not access the rooms, then there are certain things you have no access based on your life. And if you also see maybe a house. But anyway, all this, like I said, you have to pay attention to the context of this dream. So whatsoever you see, do your best to put down every details about it. And we are moving on to the final one, and that is teeth falling mouths. Who else have, I don't know, me I've not, but who have experiences teeth falling out dream? Where you dream about your teeth falling out? Who has experienced that? Let me know in the comment section, because I would also love to know. Let me know in the chat as well. Wherever you're watching from, let me know if you have experienced this teeth falling out dream. As for me, I've not experienced it, but I know what it means. So when you see yourself and you see that your teeth fell out in a dream, it means few things. First, it means loss of wisdom. And second, it means fear of powerlessness. You know that moment when you are afraid to be powerless. That's exactly what it is. And the third one, it means communication issues. So this is what this dream means. But everything, like I said, depends on the context of this dream, how you see the dream and what happened. But you can see, based on what we have listed, they are not a good sign. Sorry, I'm just hearing since I don't even know why. Maybe I need to eat. Maybe I need to eat. I'm hungry, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. But it's okay. When I'm done with this, I'll find something to eat. So, the thing here is, this is a very common stress dream, to be honest. But spiritually can reveal loss or fear of exposure. So, you're gonna be paying attention to this dream. But let me share something with you on this dream, on this particular aspect of teeth falling dream. Let's read the book of Proverbs. Was it Proverbs 4? Proverbs 4 verse 7 says, The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom, and whatever you get insight. So, what it's trying to say is that when you see these things, it means you are lacking in wisdom. You are lacking in wisdom, and you need to get wisdom. This is what we need to be able to evolve, to excel, to achieve anything we want to achieve in this world. This is what it is. So, with that being said, which of these dreams? Yeah, I'm asking you now. Now is your turn. Let me know down in the comments or chat section. Which of these have you seen in your dreams? Which of these symbols have you seen in your dreams? Let me know in the chat section so I will know you are with me here. Yeah. Let me know in the chat section so I will know you are with me here. Comments anyone that showed up the most for you, like maybe the one you see most often. Is it the teeth fallen, the houses, the water, the snake, whatsoever? Let me know down below. The babies, vehicles, and clothing. Which one have shown up for you most? Let me know in the chat what dreams confuse you the most as well. Maybe I have not covered any of it. Let me know in the chat. And then right now we are moving into the life, cure, and A section. Yes, this time I want you to drop a quick dream or symbol in the chat, and I will give you my biblical insights, life and direct. Yes, you heard me right. You heard me correctly, so let me know down below. I'm here watching, waiting, so let me know. Whatsoever you want to ask, this is the right time for you to ask me. Yes. Alright, as we are waiting for that, I think we need to move forward. We won't stay here forever. Yes, we won't. So ask me anything in the live chat or comment section, anywhere concerning what we have journey dream symbols you have been seeing that I have not mentioned, or that have been confusing you but you don't know how to go about it. So this is the right time to let me know about it here and now. Hi, welcome, Fiazi. I hope I called your name well. Forgive me if I didn't pronounce it well. Yeah, I have a question to ask. Feel free, I'm here to answer any question. Feel free to let me know down there. Someone dropped the symbol. The symbol, is it a car symbol? Let me see it well. I can't believe it. What's the symbol? Can you please give a light? Is it a car symbol or what? Fiazil, I'm still waiting for your question. So feel free to ask me anything. I'm here waiting for your question. Okay, it's a car symbol. But I've explained in the car, I've explained the car, vehicle, what it means. Maybe you were not there when I was explaining that, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, feel free to ask me anything. Feel free, I'm here. That's why I'm here. If I do not, I will not be here. Feel free to ask me anything. You are free here. This is a safe space for you. So this is a safe space for you. Feel free. Anyway, I would want to let you know, you don't need to, you know, just if there is a kind of shorter way you can put in the symbols, or even if you do not see anything that resembles the symbol of what you want to say, you can just write a short something about it, and we'll do our best to give you every answer you need to know about. We'll do our best to help you out. Yeah. Just give a symbol or just one or two lines of what you must not go and tell the whole dream. You already knows what you saw, but when you give the symbols, you tell the brief what you were doing, how you were feeling. Anyway, the first determines the second. So if you tell me something that is confusing you, that you always see, and I give you explanation, or I ask you a further question to be able to give you the real answer you need, then I will ask you the question and you reply, because that's the only way to be shorter and easy as well. So just feel free to share your thoughts. Now you said, with me, I denied and I woke up. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I saw there. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I saw. So I want to understand what you meant by you denied. Is it that you died and woke up? Because that's what came to mind now. Is it what you were saying? Was it you died and woke up? Let me know in the chat. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting for your reply. Yes, I know it was a dream, like you said, but I was asking what you meant there, because what you wrote was, with me, I denied and I woke up. So I'm trying to understand that deny. I think what you wanted to write there is died. Was that what you want to ask? I died and woke up. still waiting. Anyways, yes, you mean died. All right. If what you mean is died, you died like when someone dies. You said no. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? Because I'm not understanding that. You keep writing. Apart from your right, it's okay, but I'm trying to. When someone. What language else can I use for die? When someone die, like they are no longer living. Is that what you mean? No. You denied and you woke up. What did you deny? Because that's number one. If really it's not died, it's denied, what did you deny in the dream? Because that's the only way you will get to understand the context. You have to know the context of the dream. No one can give you a full explanation. Alright, I'm trying to understand you perfectly so I can know how to help you. Because you said you are saying no. Is it in the dream you are saying no? And you said you don't want to. So is it in the dream you were saying no? Because if you're saying no in the dream, then it's really a bad one. It's like a nightmare. I call it a nightmare, but the thing there is when we meet bad dreams, they are like nightmares. But it depends on what message God is trying to tell you. So what were you denying? And why were you saying no? That you don't want. Because that thing you are saying no to, it matters on also your waking lives. So you have to consider also what was going on in your waking life. So as at when you saw this, what were you saying no to? And what were you denying? Because those things are what matters. So you can be able to put the message together. You know, like a puzzle game. Until you fix everything in place, then you understand the picture that is in the puzzle. If you do not fix those things, there's no way you will understand this puzzle is a cat or a car or a dog or whatsoever. You won't until you fix every picture. So these questions I'm asking you is what will help you to be able to fix and know what your dream looks like. What message God is sending your way. Because it matters so much. It matters so much. So think of what were you saying no to that you don't want, and think of what were you denying. Because the word deny means I did it, but I don't want to accept it. It's denying. But when you do not do anything and someone says you did something, it's not denying. Even when you say you didn't do it, it's not denying. You are saying the fact. Denying is when something is done, you did something, but you do not want to accept it, that this is what it is. So that is what is denying. I want to know if you can think on your own what you saw, what you were denying, and what you were saying no to, you don't want. That is a clue. And I would say, because I cannot tell you anything based on you are denying something. It may be the path God wants you to go through. God might want you to be doing this, but you say no, you don't want to be doing that, and you are doing what you are doing. So it can mean anything, and there is no way I can give you a particular meaning here based on this until I understand what you were denying and why you were saying no, that you don't want something. So it matters a lot. If you have any other question, feel free to ask me in this live section. Feel free. Ask me any question. But remember to just give. I know, to be honest, when you dream, sometimes we don't remember everything. That's what I notice. In life, it happens that way. I know, I understand. It's not like I don't want to. I want to help you, to be honest. But I really need to know because that's the only way I can help you. Some dreams are so confusing that we might see half, we might not even, we might see the whole, but we might remember just quarter of it. And if you remember quarter of it, and you prayed instantly and asked God for help to help you understand what you saw and remember them, then He will remember. But if you let it lie and days will pass by, and that's how it will just go, and you didn't ask for help, and the universe, the creator, not the universe, sorry for that statement, the creator of life will do what? We just believe you don't want to pay attention to it. And that's it. So, I want you to, Fizzle, feel free. Fiazzo, feel free, please, to anything you think you can remember, let me. If you cannot remember, still let me know in the chat, because it will help me, because I really want to help you here, so we can get clear of what you were denying and what you were saying no to, like you don't want. So, because I thought when I saw the first question, I thought you said I died and woke up. So I want to be clear, so I don't give you wrong interpretation on something. That was why I was asking. I also want to remind you, if you want deeper dream coaching, feel free to contact me. I offer that as well. I offer that through my email list. You can see it if you're watching on YouTube. You can see it in the description of this live section, how you can contact me. I know it's a long dream. No, once you told me you were denying something, I know it's a long. That was why I know it. To type it is work of its own. I know it's a long dream. I really do understand you. I really do. But the thing here is just, if you can be able to, if you can remember, because I know some dreams are like, you try to remember, they skip. I have been in that shoe. You try to remember, they skip. So I know it's confusing sometimes, but all I know is that you have to think of within you. Since it's a long dream, what you need to know is, think of what you were denying, because that thing you were denying is also a code, a symbol also. So you have to know what was that thing you were denying, and what you were saying no to that you don't want. Because now you are telling me this, it reminds me, during 2020, there was a dream I saw, and it was a message. That was when COVID started. So I saw where there are people. I think this is what I saw was, I think relatives or so. I can't really tell. They were trying to inject something in my body. In that dream, I was struggling so hard. In terms of they were forcing, trying, whether I want it or not, they will give it to me. And I said, no, you can never put me this. I was seeing a needle and a syringe and some things inside. They were trying to put it anywhere in my body. I said, never. I struggled in that dream and make sure they did not injure me or put anything in my body. And I woke up. When I woke up, I prayed. Then the message I got was they were trying to inject something into me. You know, there are spiritual things that happens. Most of the time, you see people, they go to bed, healthy, sound, nothing, but they woke up with a swollen legs. No, it's not magic. It's spiritual attack. So that's why I keep telling you to pray at all times. Don't overlook prayer. No matter how small, God hears it. God pays attention to it. So when I prayed about this stuff, it was there. I knew, oh, they were trying to inject something in me. And those period I was seeing, I was experiencing some kind of funny, things around me. I said, I see. So thank God I saw that. I prayed about it. I canceled every power of the enemy. So I've experienced something like yours. That was why I'm asking, because I know it's not really easy. There are times also you will be dreaming and people will be trying to strangle you. You may not see the person, but they are trying to strangle you. You are struggling to, and you wake up. All those things matters a lot. That is it. That's how it is. It's demonic attack. So that's why I always encourage you to always pray. Because prayer is so powerful, no matter how small. You don't really need to pray a long prayer. Just sit wherever you are. Close your eyes. If you can kneel down, kneel down. If you can stand up, stand up. If you can sit, whatsoever. But make sure you are in the mood that you want to connect with your Creator. Tell Him what you are going through in life, what you are seeing spiritually, and what you want to achieve in life. Tell Him, you know me more than I know myself. Heavenly Father, if this is you showing me this sign, help me. Tell me what next to do, and He will direct your moves. The thing is, a lot of things, evil happen here and there. When I was having, I can't really remember if it is when I was having the pregnancy of my first daughter, or when I had the first pregnancy, because pregnancy of my first daughter, yes, now I remember. When I was having pregnancy of my first child, I saw where I was. Now, I'm almost due to delivery. A kind of a month and some days. No, it's a month. It's not some days, it's a month, because we were doing a program, 1 month program, when I was back in Nigeria. But then, what I saw was so was so scary. I saw myself in a table. I was lying down with my pregnancy there. And certain people surrounded me, trying to remove the baby. And I'm like, what are they doing? In the dream, I shouted. I said something. It seems like I called Jesus or what. Someone was trying to, stab. And this was what I saw. That was how I saw it. And I woke up. I was so afraid when I woke up. And this happened 13 years ago. 13 years ago. Now, as I saw this, I started praying. And then, because we had a charismatic program for 1 month in that January, I said to my husband, my spirit is leading me to talk to my leader. And this, my leader in my prayer group, is the leader as a whole in the charismatic program, in our church. So I followed my spirit as it led, because I was disturbed to share it with him. I don't know why him. But when I went to him, I called him and I shared this dream that I had with him. He prayed with me. After praying, we were holding hands and we prayed. After praying, he said to me, you have to be careful the hospital you are going to give birth. So when he said that, I feel more afraid. To be honest, I was even more afraid. Then I said, I don't know what to do, because I've made up my mind. I wanted to go abroad to give birth, then come back. So, but I have already said I'm not going, because I'm already due, almost due. I'm weak and tired, so I can't travel. But then my spirit started leading me into. Why I'm narrating this is just to tell you there are demonic attacks happening in our spiritual lives while we sleep. The evil one will come and plant a seed of evil, dangerous things, wicked acts, just to harm us in one way or the other. So, as you were saying no there, it means it is an attack. You have to pray against any attack you are getting, whether physical, wherever it's coming from. Any attack against you, ask the Almighty God to overshadow you with His glory. When He does that, I tell you, no one will see you, and you will succeed in things whatsoever you lay hands on. So you're going to pay attention and pray about it. I know it's a long dream, because I know this there are kinds of dreams when I see here, it will take me hours in putting down. It's a long one, I understand you. I've been there. I experienced things like that in the past, so it's not new to me. I'm used to that also. But it's okay. All you have to do is just to pray. Ask God to remove whatsoever they are trying to put on you. Sometimes, another thing I also notice they might even want to manipulate you. So that's, you are seeing might be a manipulation. In reality, you might not be the one who did it, but in the dream it may seem like, and you are trying to deny it. So you have to pray. Even in our working place, sometimes the enemy can just use anyone. The truth is, they use anyone to work. They use anyone to manifest. All they want is just a weak soul, and they can penetrate. These are spirit beings. They can penetrate into a body and use the body to perform what they want. That's why you see some people all of a sudden, they tell them you stole something in the office, whereas you didn't steal anything. But somebody was manipulated, was used by the enemy to do that. So you have to be extremely careful and prayerful. As you are praying, be mindful. A lot of things I see you do is you people are not being mindful. You may pray well, you may be praying, but you're not taking care of the things you do, where you go, what you say, who you mingle with. Because whoever you mingle with matters as well. There are there are this, I call it, like I said, the evil spirit can penetrate anyone. They are spiritual beings. You can't see them. You can't see them physically, but they'll just go into someone and use the person to perform. Like when Jesus was telling the disciples, the 12 apostles, not the disciples, the 12 apostles, his journey, what he's going to experience, that he's going to die, that he's going to rise again. Then Peter spoke up and said, no, you're not going to die. Peter didn't say that on his own. An evil spirit penetrated him. And that was why Jesus rebuked him immediately and said, Peter, get behind me. He didn't say Peter, get me. He said, Satan, gets behind me. So, why I'm saying this is for you to know that in life, anybody can be used. Even your loved ones, the people you love so much, you never believe they can. It is not them, it is the devil penetrating weak souls. These are weak beings. So when people are weak, it's easy for the enemy to penetrate them. It's easy for the enemy to use them. That's what it is. So you have to be prayerful and always ask God for direction. Always ask God to help you achieve everything you want to achieve in life. So that is it. I hope I have helped you a bit. I don't know. Please let me know down in the chat section so I know if there is still something I can clarify you with. Because I would love to help you. I would love to help you, honestly. I hope this helps. What I explained to you helps you to understand what to do and how to go about it. Let me know in the chat section. Oh, you see, I was looking here. Now I saw that you were in church. I see. So if you are in church, it means you're already in alignment with God. But the enemy is trying to, take charge, penetrate. Oh, thank God you understood. I'm glad you understood. Because this is, honestly, it helps. It helps me a lot to know that even if it is one person that understands what I'm saying here, all I want you to know is that I will encourage you to stay strong. Don't give up. The truth is, the devil is a spirit being and he knows every corner. We don't even know a bit of what he knows. And another thing I do see people do is they always say, I believe in God, I believe in God. Even the devil believes in God. The devil himself knows what God can do and what God cannot do. And this is where he manipulates people. Because he will make you to think you just believe it. No, believing in God is not enough. It's not enough. What is enough is you, after believing in God, the next thing is you walking in alignment with him. Do you know when you walk in alignment with him, whatever the devil does can never penetrate you, can never see you. There is no temptation he puts on your way you cannot conquer. That's the thing. That's the thing. So I really do encourage you so much. I encourage you, stay strong, don't give up on God. God is always there. He always directs us every second, every minute, every hour of our days, every day of our lives. Clicking. I don't know where is that's coming from. So I thank you. I thank you the more because you are the one that needs to be thanked for at least sharing this. This helps so much. I really do appreciate your courage to be able to share what you experience and what you really want to understand. So that is it. Thank you so much for sharing that, because that's the only way. You have to be prayerful, stay strong, don't give up on God, and the rest is history. He will fight your battle. He's there. He said, I am before you. No power of the enemy will penetrate you. So do not be afraid. Stay strong. Stay courage. Be courage. Don't give up on him. He's still there. He's still there. So, in summarizing this our chat today, live section today, I want to use one particular thing, to summarize this with you. I want to let you know that God is always speaking, all the time. All the time. I don't know where the clicking noise is coming from because I'm not clicking anything. I don't know. So, God is always speaking to us even while you sleep. God is always speaking. So every symbol has meaning. Do not overlook any. Don't say this is just, it doesn't mean anything. No, even those smallest things you think that doesn't mean anything means a lot. So I want you to know that it means every symbol means something. Every symbol has a meaning, but you need spiritual eyes to be able to see it. Like we read in the Bible where it says, those who hear, but they don't understand. They look, but they don't see. So you have to go the spiritual eyes that sees when things are going wrong. There are times you might be there, you might be seeing something, but others are not seeing the same thing you are seeing. You might be telling them, look at this. They are not saying what you are seeing. This because they are spiritually blind. I remember many years ago, one of the friends of my husband, people keep telling him they saw him while he died, that he should pray. They will tell him different things they saw about him. He doesn't even regard those things. So you just say. So one day, the Lord opened up about him to my husband and showed him about the guy's death. So now, they showed him about the guy's death. He prayed, but he asked the guy. This guy was a very close guy, very close with my husband. So my husband told him, listen, you don't have to ignore. It's not everything you ignore. There are things you have to be serious about. This is serious. Pray. At least fast at least for a day. The guy said no, nothing. And not too long, he died. He fell off in a place near a train track because he has this epilepsy disease. He's epileptic. But he wasn't even prayerful because he couldn't even see. He couldn't even understand anything. But he couldn't even believe his friends, those close to him. That's the problem. There is a saying in my language that's that the death that kills a little dog doesn't even let him hear the smell of a shit, of a poo. So when the dog is about, they don't even hear the smell, they will not hear the smell of the poo. That's what it is. So the thing is, we have to be spiritually alert. And that's why I encourage you to always fast. Even if you don't fast the whole week, fast at least twice a week. At least twice a week. Or even if you fast once a week, is something. What matters is your aim of fasting, because that's what God looks at. God looks at why you do what you do. So why are you fasting? You have to put these things in place. What fasting, why I recommend you to fast is fasting helps you stay spiritually alert. That's what it does. So when you don't fast, it is easy for the enemy to, penetrate and do whatsoever they want to do with you. And they will get their way. So that's the thing. Anyways, thank you for everything. And I recommend you, like I said initially, you need to download this free guide I prepared specially for you. I will leave it in the comments or in the description section where you can access it anytime, any day. And the dream interpretation, this guide is a dream interpretation guide with biblical references. This will help you. With that, you will get also the dream interpretation checklist, how you need to go, steps you need to take, how you need to do things. And also it will come with prayer and reflection prompts I prepared specially for you. So if you want to join my email list, feel free. The link also is in the description section below of this live section, live streaming. This is where I, weekly I'll send you an insight and decoding tips. You need this to be able to, stay updated in your spiritual life. So we are not just living in the body just that way. We're supposed to be doing what He called us here to do. So, and we're going to finalize. But before then, I will pray for you. Because I know the Almighty God who we serve. I believe there is a purpose He wants us to do this. And that purpose will be achieved. So, my prayer for you here is, Lord, thank you for speaking to us. Even while we sleep, you speak all the time. Open our eyes to discern your voice in every symbol, because this is what we need. This is what we need to be able. We need to know and discern and know what the symbols mean so that we can be able to achieve what you have brought us here for. And let your Spirit lead us in truth. Truth. The Bible says, know the truth and it shall set you free. That is all you need. You don't need any other thing. You don't need to, all you need is the truth. Who are you in Christ? And when you discover that, every other thing shall be added. Every other thing shall be added. Thank you for these lives, these people you have put this word in today. I really do appreciate your love and unconditional love upon our lives, despite our wickedness, despite our behaviors, the things, the characters, everything. We thank you for not giving up on us. We thank you for always speaking to us every moment, even when we are in the wrong path. You always bring us close. Heavenly Father, may your name be exalted. May your name be lifted high. May your name be lifted above every other name, for there is none like you. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for prayer answered. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for in Jesus' wonderful name I pray. Amen. I thank you for these lives. May as they go out, may they speak your word. May they understand you. May everything they lay hands on prosper. In the mighty name of our Lord Jesus, I pray. Amen. Thank you for staying to the end of this live section. I really do appreciate your effort. I appreciate your comment. I cannot take it for granted. I'm super grateful. So thank you for being here. And don't forget to download this this dream guide, dream interpretation journal I prepared specially for you. I made this specially for you. So thank you for staying tuned, and I'm super grateful. I hope I will see you next week, because I do this every week. I do this every week. If you want me to have, feel free to email me anyway, because my email address is there. You can email me at Maryann at maryann@glamoran.com. Feel free. I'm here to help you grow spiritually. I'm here. The Lord has put this in us. We have to fulfill and make it happen for Him, not for us, but make all things perfect. So thank you so much. Remain blessed wherever you go to. Be a blessing. Flow, like shine. Do your best to shine that light. Remember, He said you are the light of the world. So wherever you go this period, shine on. Shine, shine. Don't let anyone dim your shining, dim your lights. No, shine. And wherever you go, be the salt of the earth. Salt gives taste to a food. When you eat food that is tasteless, that is not salted, it is tasteless. But when you eat a meal that is added salt, you see, you feel the taste of the meal. So be the salt in other people's life, and the Lord will never cease to bless you and bless everything you do. Thank you for staying to this live section. I'm super grateful. Thank you. And if you have not subscribed, feel free to subscribe to us. Subscribe to this channel and follow my page anywhere: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you want to follow. Feel free to follow me anywhere. And also on YouTube, feel free. And thank you all for coming. I really do